intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro.
They don't know what they in for. If it coming like this on the intro, what they here for? If they want the heat, you know who to send for your info. Buy my money like Venmo. If this music don't work out, I know how to get it from my ends low. How you feel though? Cause they can't rock with us. Galaxy ain't no stopping us. They ain't try to steal my style. I'm feeling like I just shop it. Can't trust him cause he numbing. Cause we worried about getting figures. All my ain't father figures, just know my quick to pop it.
Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now a guy who played his high school ball at Miami Central, it's James Cook. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. This defense for the Dolphins, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
7 yards there and a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Allen to throw it. And this will be caught at the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 39 yards there, a big one.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
His first carry, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Now Allen. On not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
The kick by Bass is good, and the Bills' opening drive yields 3. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points, maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Taken at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Brought down by Ed Oliver.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 11 yards for number 11. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the 1st down there, help them relax a little bit.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Von Miller, he was the one getting in there, able to wreak his usual havoc. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
On 2nd down, Hood. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing. Because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. The Dolphins sit 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They run again with Hood. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11. Gosh, when you've got Deshaun Watson, Charles, executing a run-pass option, that puts the defense in a tough spot, does it not?
It does, and what I liked is that you called me this week, watching your own video, your own tape, and you said, I think the runner's going to pop a few this week because of what we've seen from Deshaun Watson. His ability to get to the corner, that's where the focus will go.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing again is Watson. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense. Everybody wants a piece of that pie.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. And now it's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a line taking it right down Broadway. The 40. The 20. And all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points. Well, I think there was a lot of surprise from the kicking team there after the block. They kind of froze and then realized, oh, wait, they can return this, and they returned it all the way.
And you know why they froze? Not often do you get that second sound, right? There's the kick, you hear that, and then there's that second thud when there's a block. That's when people freeze and they have to realize where the ball is. They picked it up and took it the other way.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Diggs going in motion right. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 30 yards there, and of course the first down as well.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Play action, Allen. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive, but the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 23 yards, the final tally. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Allen going to try and keep it. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Josh Allen keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Bills have regained the lead.
Partner, it wasn't that long ago that when I talk with these NFL coaches about different innovations in the college game, you can see their eyes roll and they just shut down right away. Don't bring me that Joe College stuff. Well, guess what? The college game has definitely infiltrated its way into the NFL.
Yeah, and these guys, when you're seeing the option defensively, you got to stick to your assignments. I know that's cliche. They didn't do it there.
And option football means exactly what you just talked about, assignment football for defenders. And that drives them crazy because you have to think your way through a play as opposed to just reacting and making the play.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 53 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Watson off play action. And his throw here's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They run here with Hood. And some room to roam now. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Terrell Bernard getting in there to drop him for a sack. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
To try again after the sack. Watson. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
This is Hood on the ground. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play. Going to leave them with a 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that will bring the deficit back down to 3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
2nd and 2. Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. Touchdown, Bills. James Cook, 64 yards. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
24 down, he's coming. 25.
On 1st down, Watson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now Hood. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Watson. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the 1st down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Dolphins will take over here just shy of the 30. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Von Miller, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. He's going to be brought down there in the field of play. And the clock will run, no timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Here's Bass now to send it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the 3rd quarter, but you feel like if they don't give points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
On the carry, it's Hood. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Von Miller, a milestone sack for him as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132 and a half. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Hines now on the return. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good head-down running on the return, gets about 15 yards. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Cook up the gut. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. They were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Diggs crossing the field and bringing it in. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a two-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now Cook running right. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things, and they've not let him run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Allen now looks to throw. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On second and very short, Watson. He's going to look deep down the field. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there.
And for a while when this place opened, all the talk was about punts hitting the Giants scoreboard here in Arlington. I don't think we ever heard about a pass hitting the scoreboard, but that's probably about as close as you're going to get. That one was way up there.
And that wound up traveling an even 58 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Up the middle, it's Williams. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. From the gun, here's Watson. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Matt Milano in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Back to throw, Watson. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Jair Elam makes a pick. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over. Touchdown!
James Cook. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 98 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Now a first down throw. Watson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. This carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, but not much room to operate. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's second down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. On second down now, Hood, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're looking at third and a few inches. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Jamal Williams, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins are able to cut into that deficit. On third down, it's short and everything well executed. He not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations. There's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action you. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further.
So a sensational return there on special teams, a foot race that he was not going to lose. Now, meanwhile, while that was going on, we've got an injured player on the field.
We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Khalil Shakir. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Bills are closing in on a third straight victory to start the campaign. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover, but I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
Watson on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Watson's throw is taken in by Waddle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. Out of the gun, Watson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down. Watson now to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe the Dolphin got going a little early. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Watson looks to throw again.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
Rolling to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jalen Phillips. He's the one who runs him down, and my goodness, that is just a disastrous loss for this offense. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. And it's intercepted.
Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
After the interception, here's Watson. Throwing left side, it's complete. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 36. Watson.
That's complete to Tony.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? He'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 43. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Finding Shakir across the formation. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll try the middle with Cook. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And Allen is actually going to throw it here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. There's Stephon Diggs for the catch on the slant.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ballgame.